Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff. We're waiting on the Playmaker to help us break down Monday Night Football. The Dolphins beat the Rams. Let me say that again. The Dolphins beat the Rams in a game I think I took a mulligan on.
No, I had to check to see what the picks were again. I might have actually picked the Dolphins. I remember there was one that said 50.
We all picked Miami.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, Snowman, your mulligan games were the Giants in Carolina, and actually that was no. You also didn't pick the Jets in Arizona.
Oh, well. That sounds about right.
And Vic, the only game you didn't pick was the
Eagles and Cowboys.
Was the ass whooping that Dallas took.
Yeah. And
Droid had 3 mulligans because.
Oh man, he had more mulligans than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the only one he didn't pick past you was Tennessee and the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll admit the one good thing about what happened last week was that I was so apathetic. I didn't, and the fact I just didn't care.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like the beating was still painful, but it wasn't as bad. I didn't take it as personally because it's like
you already chucked the season away.
Yeah, and it's
because we had talked about it during the preseason about how the demise of the Cowboys is going to happen, and we also talked during the draft, Victor, you and I, that they didn't do the one thing or draft the one position they had the most need for, which of course is a running back.
And also takes it like the thing is for me as a Cowboys fan, it is so hard to kind of separate myself from the Mark Republic. So when people see me, they still see that same group.
They still see that same group, and that's not fair.
It isn't.
That's just not fair.
But I come to that conclusion.
With all of us being fans of the teams that we are fans of, they put us in the moronic groups anyway. Lord knows they do that
with you and the 49ers.
With me and the 49ers. And that's why I sort of kind of unleashed some of the truckload of hate I did. I got more of it, but I'm saving it.
Right.
But
Shane, I know you get a lot of it too.
Yeah, the old New England knucklehead committee tends to rear its head from time to time.
Right.
And the bad thing is, and I'll say it again, the bad thing is they will not separate you or us, the authentic fans, from the bandwagoners.
Right.
And you know why they won't separate us from the bandwagoners? Because they all just see one prism.
Yep.
And I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors and the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. When those teams play and they lose, I get the most heat.
Oh yeah. Especially.
I get the most heat, but I don't care.
I talked to some people. I actually commented on a Chisel Donist thing, and I say, it seems like sometimes the Cowboy hate has gotten personal. I get it. I get our fan base is not the most likable.
Right.
We're not easy to get along with, but it's like, man, like it seems like we just get grouped into the crazies and that's just it. And they're like, that's more so. And one guy said that's actually more so based on your owner. The thing is, we don't hate you guys personally.
No.
But we can't stand Jarrell.
Right.
And because so many of the Mark Republic fans are out, and every time they win, they're like, we're going to Super Bowl. It's hard for people to siphon who's who. So they just said, we're just going to blanket hate on everybody of that particular group.
Right. And it takes away.
They don't have 2 shovels. They just end up buying one big ass one and just saying, screw it.
Right.
And they don't have the ability to take away from, or to decipher, it's the word I'm looking for, from the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation to the real fans that are actually critical about their team. Because I get accused all the time, as you guys know, about not being critical of my 49ers. I'm like, are you kidding?
Have you not seen what
Have
I
you
do?
not watched my show? Do you not know who I am critical of the most?
Which has been Shanahan.
I've been critical of Shanahan since the first day he arrived, and I identified. Look, a couple years ago when we were living in North Carolina, my wife, my beautiful wife, asked me a question. She said, "What is the one thing that could be the fatal flaw of the 49ers?" I said, "That's easy. Red zone opportunities."
Yeah.
Yep.
And
She's
not taking advantage of them.
And not taking advantage of them. She says, "How can you point that out so fast?" Like,
honey,
let me put it this way. My wife is astute with football also. I said, "You're Peyton Manning. You're leading your team down to the goal line. Don't you want a touchdown more than a field goal?" She says, "Yes." I said, "That's been our fatal flaw." That has been our fatal flaw, and it's been that way since Shanahan arrived, and I freaking hate it.
Yeah.
I freaking hate it, and it's something I point out every time.
Because you want the excellence. This is why I said I go week by week. When the Cowboys beat the crap out of the Browns, I'm like, yeah, that's good, but you gotta remember, it's the Browns.
Yes.
They have a terrible quarterback in Deshaun Watson. And Dak, all he had to do was just be normal. That's all he didn't have to be great.
Yeah. He didn't have to
be normal.
He didn't have to do anything miraculous.
Yeah, that was a game managing type of game for Dak because the defense was doing well, your offensive weapons were doing well, even Zeke was doing well. But the thing was is that you knew, and I've said it before, Zeke is not the same guy he was 3, 4, 5 years ago, where he could just bowl people over. He has gotten significantly softer year by year by year.
Yep.
And the thing is, Dak has also gotten softer year by year by year.
That's been true since his second year out of Mississippi State.
Yeah,
it's been.
But the thing was, what made Dak and Zeke so great in their early seasons was that you had a much better offensive line. Zeke was bowling people over and getting almost 6-7 yards per carry rather than the 2-3 he has now. And Dak was also a mobile quarterback where he can also run if he needs to.
Yeah. And you said the key word was after his injury in 2020, it seemed like Dak just got softer. Am I wrong in that assessment?
It's something that we see in pretty much every athlete. They don't have the same confidence when they get hurt. And I'll give you a perfect example, Snowman, that you and I are very close with. Derrick Rose. In 2012, when he hurt his knee the first time, you could tell that when he came back, he wasn't the same.
And he relied more on jump shots, which was not his game.
Right.
His game was getting to the rim.
His game was getting to the rim. His game was cutting in.
Yep. His game was inside out.
And originally, I was okay with this because you do need to, because him being a lot smaller, a lot shorter, he did need to stay away from running through the forest and getting hit by trees.
Yep.
Come on the outside. The problem is that even when the lane was open, he wasn't going for it. And you can tell he did not trust his knee anymore.
Yep.
And then they started getting worse with each and every single injury he had.
Yeah.
Which also got his nerves too. It took away his nerves.
Yes, it did.
It took away his nerves. All right. We got something to do.
We do.
And we do. And we got someone to welcome back. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning. After a long absence, we have this gentleman.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic, but I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
Darnell Sollins, the one and only Playmaker, has returned to Snowman in the Morning. And when I got the message from him, I can hop on to talk about Monday Night Football. Hell yeah, we miss you. We miss you, Playmaker. We love you very much. Hope you're feeling better, and happy belated birthday to you, and all the good stuff that you deserve with the work that you're doing. We're proud of you, brother.
Thank you. Happy to be back for today.
The Jason Bourne of the content creation world.
Yes.
I was about to say, what's up, Agent Zero?
Agent Playmaker, baby. It's good to have you. We missed you. I know you've been working a lot lately. You've always kept me abreast of your schedule, and I appreciate that. But we just missed you, man. Filling this slot in the first hour during the show. We just miss you.
Well, it's no man. You see what all I got going on,
and
you see I don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't
never stop.
You see everything that we got going on and all that I got going on with my play-by-play schedule, which is about to get even goofier than normal. All right, let's get to it. What happened at SoFi Stadium, man?
Offense. That's what happened. Offense. This is, and I'll be saying this numerous times today because I'll be hopping on with Dustin Henry and Ryan McCarthy later on tonight, and pretty most likely gonna be talking about this as well. I'm gonna say it on Ramblin' Talk Thursday. The only thing, because I know a lot of people want to put on Sean McVay, the only thing we can probably put on Sean McVay is the fact that he switched the offensive line up for the game. Because we got Jonah Jackson back, we got Steve Avila back. So you wanted to insert them guys in because they was supposed to be our starter to begin the season, but they got hurt during training camp.
Right.
You insert them guys in. Offensive line did not look good. On top of that, outside of that, I don't put nothing on Sean McVay. I put this on the players. Y'all on the offensive side, led by Matthew Stafford, y'all did not make the plays that were there to be made last night. The defense gave you opportunities with good field position.
Yeah.
And you came away with only 3 points.
3 points. Yep.
Yeah.
Field goals instead of, and you talk about Playmaker, you talk about this a lot, and I'm so glad you do. Field goals instead of touchdowns will hurt you. You have always said that as long as we've been boys and as long as we've been on programs with each other together. Field goals will hurt you in the end. In fact, I think you said it in a succinct way that I heard a radio host out of Detroit say it. Field goals will get you beat. And that's what happened last night to the Rams.
So, and here's the thing. The offense shot themselves in the foot so much. As we come out of the second half, we get in the field goal range. We finna kick a 52-yard. Josh Carty makes the field goal.
Right.
Guess what? False start.
You
back him up 5, and he misses the 57-yard.
From 57.
So we go from 10-9 to 17-6 because the Dolphins turned that possession into a touchdown.
Right.
That's a 10-point swing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And then we trade field goals back and forth.
Not the way that a game like that, one that the Rams needed.
And I'll tell you right now, because I know if Victor was to give you the Miami Dolphins stats, Victor would lose his mind looking at them stats for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I'm looking at them right now. This is ridiculous. 236 total yards, $171 passing, 67 rushing for Miami. 6 of 13 on third down, 3 sacks allowed, 1 fumble lost, 1 interception.
My God.
Yikes.
And they won the
game. That makes me cringe to have a team put up those kind of stats and still win.
And we're talking about the Miami Dolphins who have nothing but speed.
Right.
On offense.
Yep. Absolutely right.
Chris Schuler, he's done a phenomenal job with this young defense. This young defense is so optimistic. It is remarkable how young they are and how they can turn people over.
Yes. Yes. We got to see them in week 15 down in Florida in a game that just might get flexed if the Niners raise their playoff position. We'll get to them in a moment. We're sticking with the Rams, talking everything Monday Night Football. The Rams lost to the Miami Dolphins. What was, besides the offense, what were a play or a couple plays that told you the Rams weren't going to be able to pull this one out?
Matter of fact, the fourth field goal Josh Cartney made. You know why I bring that up? Because on third down, Matthew Stafford missed Kyron Williams wide open in the end zone.
Right.
Right.
And it's something that Matthew Stafford doesn't normally do. Usually he has pretty good vision. He can find the open man.
Yeah.
Do you think consideration of just him like maybe getting some nerve because he's taking quite a couple of hits?
Even when he was taking hits. Look at Seattle. He was taking hits in Seattle. He
Yep.
still made the plays that needed to be made.
Right.
He missed Kyron Williams wide, and Kyron Williams uncovered perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see when Stafford went and saw that tackle, he was disgusted with himself.
Yeah, because he missed it. He that was a chance, and that could have easily swung the game in the Rams' favor.
Yeah,
that could have easily swung the game in the Rams' favor. So there's something that needs to be fixed with the offense going into this week. What do the Rams have to do? Where do they start their repair?
Here's what they need to do. And hopefully they'll take this loss. This is a similar situation 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right around the same time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was just before my birthday 3 years ago. Sunday night football. Snowman, you know this very well. Because you messaged me sometime that week after the game. That's when we played Sunday night football against Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
And that's when Tennessee beat the brakes off us.
Dog walked you guys from start to finish in that game. And I did indeed message Playmaker after that game. Like, what the hell was that?
Just disgusted. And this is literally, Victor and Shane, this is literally like 2 hours before the clock hit midnight for my birthday to begin.
Oh wow. Man. Sorry about that.
And
I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with the family trying to celebrate. I was so disgusted. I didn't even care no more.
That's pretty bad.
That's where I'm at now.
I dig it.
Man, that's where I'm at up here in New England.
And the curious thing is, that was 3 years ago. How did the Rams finish the season?
Right. Right.
They won the whole thing.
They won the whole damn thing.
Holding up the trophy.
Yep, they did.
So Sean McVay need to tell these guys, we've been here before. Matter of fact, last year, we were 3-6.
Absolutely.
And everybody was trying to write off the Rams, except for me. I said, this is a lot of season left.
Yes,
right. Pick it up, we can get in.
Mm-hmm.
The only loss we had was the Baltimore, and that was an overtime over a punt return.
Yeah.
So we know that there's plenty of time for the Rams to turn it around.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The question I think is going to be: does there need to be a change in coaching philosophy, or does there need to be just the players holding themselves a bit more accountable than what they have been?
Players need to hold themselves accountable because last night it's on the players, not on Sean McVay. It's on the players. You had the plays there, you didn't execute them.
Right.
They want to know, what was that call? What is you calling that for? No, the plays were there. The players did not execute.
Right. It wasn't a Pennywise decision. It was a player's issue. It wasn't a Pennywise issue. It was a player's issue.
Right.
So now you get yourself off the mat. Shane. You take your butt to Gillette Stadium. And you take the New England Patriots as seriously.
You have to. You have to.
Yes.
I really get aggravated when I see really talented football teams play down to another team rather than playing at their level. They know their game. They know how good they are, but they want to play down to another team's level, and that's how they get caught up.
I saw that Sunday.
This is the last little room for error we have. It's this Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we got the Eagles on Sunday night. You got to go to New Orleans, and what a big win they had against the Falcons.
Yes.
Okay. You got Buffalo coming to LA. Remember last time Buffalo came to LA?
Ring night.
We know how that went. That was a microcosm of our season right there. Thursday, the following Thursday, you go to Santa Clara.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, you are up 1-0 on the 49ers for once.
Yeah. Same thing, but still holding true. The Niners are getting healthy.
We are getting healthy. So guess what? When Thursday night comes, there's no excuses.
Right.
None whatsoever.
Both teams should be healthy. Then for whatever reason, you get to go to MetLife Stadium for the Jets.
Right.
That's a game to heal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then if you do what you're supposed to do in those 5 games, you got the Cardinals and the Seahawks to finish the season. Both games are in SoFi. In SoFi.
It's kind of like on a Saturday night when the Rams came to Santa Clara and the Niners had a chance to essentially clinch a tie for the division. I didn't see the game because I was on assignment in Durham, North Carolina. And Playmaker messaged me and said, there's a big game tonight. What? And then I had to think about it. And then I was watching it on my phone instead of watching the basketball action in front of me, doing play-by-play for it. And I nearly messed up when we came back from a break, and I nearly started broadcasting the 49ers-Rams game. So I watched what I could from there, came home to find a disgusted Playmaker. And I'm going, what the hell happened? What did I miss? I saw it. I saw the highlights on the way home from Durham. And I said, I messaged Playmaker and I said, I understand.
Rams at Santa Clara at night usually doesn't bode well.
Right.
For one reason or another.
There was
even when the 49ers weren't good, when we go to Santa Clara on a night game, we find ourselves in a dogfight.
True.
It's true, man. That 2020 season, the COVID season, the Rams were far more superior than us, even though we were beat to hell. But the Rams came in, on a hot streak. And I just remember, why do I get this goofy feeling about the Rams and the 49ers? Sure enough, 24 points holds up. And here's the crazy thing. The last play of the game, the last real play of the game, 4th and 2, were the Niners going to punt and give the Rams the ball back, or were they going to gamble for it? So San Francisco takes a timeout. I come back from said timeout. My wife had a huge smile on her face, and she said, "You don't need to see anymore." She turned off the television and walked me into the bedroom. I said, "What?" I said, "What the hell happened?" She says, "First down, 49ers, game over. Rams have no timeouts."
Ooh.
I looked at before I went on air, I looked at the highlights the next day, and sure enough, they needed 2 on 4th and 2. They got 7 and closed the game out. I couldn't believe it. So I will be excited to see a healthy Rams team in Santa Clara. This back end of the season for both teams, both the Rams and the 49ers, is going to be very crucial. And yes, the Rams are up 1-0 on San Francisco, but they still trail Frisco in the standings, and both teams are getting healthy. All right?
That's what happens when you lose the games that you're not supposed to lose.
Exactly. And last night was one of them.
Last night, Chicago.
Yep.
Green Bay.
I don't know how y'all lost to the Bears.
Oh, Lord. I can tell you how we lost to the Bears.
How'd you lose to the Bears?
Red zone.
Yep.
Yep. Something I talk about a lot on that 49ers show. That's the Playmaker, Darnell Solins. Tell everybody where they can see you and hear you this week.
Tomorrow, bearing down the gridiron, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, talking college football. And trust me, the way that this season is going,
yes,
I'm enjoying covering this season. with everything
Same
that's
here.
especially in the Southeastern Conference.
Same here. Hey, I have a promo to send to you for my feature game. I'll make sure I get that to you today.
Yeah, and then Thursday, Ramley Talk.
Yep.
Going over what took place here, and then got to preview the New England game.
And don't forget, all things basketball being talked about on Shooting Lights Out.
Shooting Lights Out is an award. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to check out the Shooting Lights Out podcast, it's an award winner. All right. I thought I knew a lot about basketball, but in the 21st century, it's all Playmaker. And I am willing to succeed to him. And when I start my basketball show after Thanksgiving, Playmaker, I'd love to have you on quite a few times to analyze some games that I'm covering. If you're interested, brother.
I'll be getting back to my basketball talk probably sometime after Thanksgiving as well. You know?
Okay. Beautiful.
I went from October all the way up to September, from the NBA, college, all the way up to the WNBA. Shout out to the New York Liberty. Thank you for bringing home a championship.
Thank you, New York Liberty. Who was the MVP? Jonquel Jones?
Jonquel Jones.
Jonquel Jones. All right. That's the Playmaker, folks. We're going to try to get him back as soon as possible, but the man is busy creating all kinds of content for y'all, and we hope that you check him out. Thank you, Playmaker. We love you, brother.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic, but I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.